The financial services bill's getting the nod of approval from senators today. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. The compendium of financial services bills that once implemented should prevent the Bahamas from being blacklisted, debated and passed in the Senate today. The Attorney General told members of the upper chamber that as citizens look to leverage their earnings outside of their jurisdictions, their home countries are taking note and reacting. Here's Keishla Adderley.
Attorney General and leader of government business in the upper chamber, Carl Bethel, says the idea of distinct competitive advantage is fading. He told the Senate this morning that the world is taking a deeper look at tax avoidance and evasion.
You can mitigate based on imbalances in your own law. But once you go outside, this is the way I see it going, that then becomes something that will be soon they'll try and criminalize, called aggressive tax avoidance. Not tax avoidance. If you're in your own country and you juggle between laws, that's okay. That's tax avoidance based on what we have on our law book. When you go abroad to do it, that's tax avoidance that is aggressive and therefore worthy of censure and action.
Opposition Senator Fred Mitchell notes, however, that the double standard still nags him and seems to go against the latest economic thrust.
I have always, in connection with the financial services sector, raised the point about the ethics of these developed countries and their conduct towards smaller countries. And there is something off about their ethics, because what they have done in doing all of these things, and we are fighting to keep jobs and all the rest of it, is they have essentially gone back on the creed of free trade, which was something they were touting 10, 15 years ago.
Senator Raynard Handfield admits he once had reservations over what he felt was the dictatorial nature of larger countries, but concedes information on the issue has changed his stance to a certain degree.
At the same time, we must urge the current government to go to the negotiation table with the audacity that it will negotiate from a position of strength and advance our country's agenda and our aspirations in the international community.
Senator Michael Darville supports the bill, though he pointed out that despite criticism that the Christie administration dragged its feet on implementing the needed legislation to dire consequences, unforeseen circumstances actually led to the delay.
It had to do with what happened in the international arena that was completely out of our control. It caught the board by surprise, as well as many in the financial services sector. But life goes on, and I think the members, the Attorney General, in outlining the bill, clearly defined that a lot of things that's happening in the industry are out of the control of the Bahamas, and we must adapt.
Financial Services Minister Brent Simonet will be in talks with the EU next week. The legislation, a precursor to favorable negotiations. Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Also from the upper chamber today, Senator the Honorable Fred Mitchell pointed out the changing policies of banks which discriminates against political figures. He says it's not unique to the Bahamas.
If you are any one of us to open a bank account anywhere, because they've created this nonsense about politically exposed persons, and once you're one of those, you, your wife, your family can't get anything done in a bank. It's ridiculous. The first I heard of it was the foreign minister of Panama was talking to me, complaining that his bank account in Nassau had been shut down preemptorily. And I said, what? Yeah, because I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Panama and a politically exposed person. And it took him months to get it reversed.